So what if I told you you could get as much reading material as you want, in Chinese, traditional or simplified, for free, all in an app, and there's also accompanying audio and TV shows and anime to go with it. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Luke Truman. So today I want to go through a quick video about the world of Chinese web novels. So there was a few that were on my radar for a while, but it wasn't until very recently that I actually discovered how much there was available. So what I was doing, and I'm going to show you now. So what I was doing is I was in YouTube and I decided to search for audiobooks. And then I went into the filters and I decided to filter for playlists. And this is because on YouTube, if you don't know already, most famous books in Chinese have audiobooks for free on YouTube. So there's a few that I really like. There's Wangjin Shi Dai. There's also the Santi series. There's things like Huozhe, etc. So there's actually so much audiobooks available for free on Chinese. So I wanted to try out that, and I was curious what the most popular ones were on there. And then I clicked on this one here, just so the ones with the most views would appear first, so I could see what the most popular ones are. And then, as you can see, it came up with a lot of books here, all with many, many chapters. And the first one is one of the ones I'd actually heard of already. And I knew this as being one of the most famous web novels in China. So as you can see, there's so much available here in terms of audio content, over 1,300 chapters. And I guess it makes sense in terms of total views. They're going to be so much just because the playlist is so long that these are the things that are going to come out on top. So then I found, a few of these, and this second one here I'd also heard of, and that's how I kind of discovered how much there was available. So looking into that a little bit more then, what I want to share with you now is here you can see I've got a Google document with a bunch of links in for some of the web novels that you just saw off that list on YouTube. So this is just me making a start for things that I'm going to try out. Now these are all on the fantasy genre, but there's so many out there, so you can have a look and look for more if you want. But this is just to get you started. So, cool thing with most web novels in China, they have the audiobook on YouTube, which I just showed you for the top one. They also have, some of them have TV shows for series also on YouTube for free. And then some of them have things like visual novels or anime that also go with it. And again, you can get these all completely for free. So looking at the first one here, this is a fantasy novel again, one of the most famous web novels in China. And you can get it online for free. The links are here for traditional and simplified Chinese. The audiobook was the link you just saw. There's a trailer for the TV show I've added so you can see it. I've watched the first few episodes of this. The fight scenes are actually, especially the first one on the opening episode, it's actually quite cleverly done, and I think the fight scenes in this are better than a lot of other Chinese TV shows. And then there's the link to the actual TV show also on YouTube for free, and then the anime. And for the anime, it might not be as particularly good quality as some of like Japanese anime, or even it's kind of like different style to some of the sort of Bilibili anime you can find on YouTube as well. But, it still seems decent quality. The dubbing seems quite good, and, it's entertaining. And the reason why I'm putting all these in the link is because, in my opinion, if you've got a piece of language or a piece of media you want to attack, the more different angles you can come at the same thing, the more you're going to get out of it. So if you've got the one story you're quite familiar with, you've read the web novels, you've listened to the audiobook, you've watched the anime, and you've watched the TV show, you get the same content from so many different angles. The vocabulary is going to be repeated and used in so many different ways that you're going to be getting it refreshed in your head, and you're going to get the repetition you need to get it stick. So this is one thing that I've been kind of playing with the idea with recently, is that covering the same media from different angles. And another thing you can try is that in a lot of big Chinese novels, like for example Condor Heroes, Journey to the West, that sort of thing, they have many versions of the same drama. I think, for example, for Condor Heroes, they have 6 or 7 versions of the same drama filmed in different years. And I'm watching the 2017 one now, maybe next I could say try something from the 2008 version or the 2003 version. And again, you just get the same story with different actors for the repetition that you want to kind of familiarize yourself with the vocabulary and get the repetition that you need to make it stick. So for the audiobook then, one thing that I like to do is to download it and put it on my phone. Now, there are various third-party websites that you can use to download audio, but a lot of them seem pretty dodgy and come up with all sorts of, dodgy links and stuff. And to avoid all of that, there's a really, really good program called YouTube-DL. Now, this is the video that I used, that I'm showing on the screen now, to go through and help me set it up. So I'll leave a link to this in the description, and it's got all the commands that you use with it. But basically what you can do here is you download the program, and then you use the command window on your computer to rip audio or videos from playlists on YouTube and other websites, and then it does it all automatically in the background for you, and you avoid having to use all these really dodgy third-party websites. So I went ahead and just I went ahead and set it up already on mine, and I've already downloaded the first 50 episodes of that audiobook, so I'm just going to show you how it works with the next 10 just to see how easy it is. So here you can see all you do is copy and paste the command line, hit enter, and then once you hit enter, it's going to start doing its own thing and it's going to start downloading. Now as you can see in the background now, it's already downloading 1 out of 10 of the videos that I just said, and it's ripping the MP3 from that, and it will then be in your downloads folder after, which you can use to put on your phone or do whatever else you want with it. So that's it. So that's YouTube DL. Great way to get audio, great way to get video. So if you're one of the type of people that, again, you're watching the TV series on here as well, and you like to, re-listen to the audio while you're walking about instead of podcasts or whatever, you can take the audio from the TV show, put that on your phone or your iPod as well. You can download the whole video series and put it on your phone so you can watch it without internet when you're walking about, whatever. The options with YouTube DL are really quite a lot, and it seems kind of hard to set up at first, but once you kind of have it set up and you realize it is just a case of copying a command into the command window and changing around some variables, it is so much better than anything else I've used out there. So I just wanted to throw that out there and put the link in the description. The final app that I want to go over is an app called Readyboot, and I'll leave a link to the website and the app in the description box below. And I'm going to put up my phone screen, recording on my phone screen on the left here. So I'm going to be looking down at my phone because I'm taking you guys through this and showing you what it is. So this is an app that takes links from all the different websites with free web novels on that I was talking about earlier, and puts it in an app, and it's got loads of functionality in to help people learn Chinese. So the first thing is, as you can see on the page here, you can go on the Discover section, and you've got all different novels you've got based into different categories. You've got fantasy, wuxia and xianxia, which is like martial arts sort of novels. You've got modern, romance, historical, science fiction, whatnot. So most of the ones that I linked just now were from the fantasy genre, and if you click on there, it gives you a list of the different ones from that genre. You've got more filters there. You can filter by HSK level, the protagonist, if it's male or female, if it's completed or ongoing, and you've just got loads and loads of different titles here. So as a general rule of thumb, fantasy is a lot harder than something like romance. So if you're looking for easier ones to begin with, you're probably better off going with something like romance over something like fantasy. So also you can see in here that as well as novels, they've also got some short stories, and they've also got some children's sections in here. So this is really cool, and these are this actually uses real content made for Chinese speakers that imports it into the app for free and just has this big library for you to access, again, for free. There is paid functionality in this app, but the thing is, there's so much that you can use without paying a penny. So if you want to pay and support them out, I'd recommend it because I think they've done a lot of good work. When I start using the app more myself later, I think I'm going to do the same. So here you can see I've already bookmarked. So one of the first things you can do is you can bookmark web novels, and here I've bookmarked the ones that you just saw on the Google Docs sheet just a second ago. So if I click on the first one, and I think the English name to this is Martial Universe, you can basically click on chapters here, and you can get redirected to the website. Once you click on one of the chapters, it's going to bring up the website where the text comes from. So there's going to be some adverts or whatever, and if you tap on nothing here, there's no help whatsoever. This is just the web page. But if you tap the orange button at the bottom here, it takes you to the reader. And the cool thing about this is you go in the settings and you've got different things. So at the moment I've got it set to traditional. So originally the text will be in simplified. You can actually change it and it converts it to traditional for you if you prefer, like me. You can tap on words, and it's similar to how the Pleco reader works, in the way that you just tap on it and it comes up with an English definition with pinyin. Or if you prefer as well, as you just saw, I set my pronunciation to Juyin as well, or Bopomofo. So you've got options for that. And yeah, it's really cool. You literally just scroll through and you can just look up whatever you want, and it's super, super easy. So one of the cool things, if I just if I just look at this one, and it's pronounced shanguo, which is to dodge something, which is quite a fairly common vocab when they're doing fight scenes. And then I go back and I go on words. What you can see is a history of what words you've looked up, and you can say I found the app 6 days ago, so I was just tapping on all different things, and these are the ones that we just looked up then. So it was Lin, Xiaohaizi and Shanquo. And if you tap it, it gives you the definition again. And one of the other cool things as well is you can actually change the size of the text. So if you think the characters are too small, you can make them bigger. If you think it's too big, you can make it smaller. And you can change the color scheme. If you prefer night mode, you can do it like that. I'll just keep the regular colors for now. So yeah, that's the basic functionality of the app, and already in itself, I think that's really, really cool. Some of the features are paid, so if you pay for the whole thing, you can Google Translate whole sentences. You can look up images as a search result instead of word definitions, and so much cool stuff like that. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I wanted to quickly go over and show you some cool web novels that I've just discovered recently, because I've been getting more into it, and yeah, it's completely free. The app's completely free with a lot of functionality already. There's extra stuff available if you decide to pay, and all the links I've just talked about today are in the description. So thanks. If you found this useful, don't forget to share, subscribe and like and all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.